Hi friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna, and here on my channel we don't always fix things, but we do certainly make them less broken. In today's video, I am going to take you guys through a long overdue project of us transforming that weird, gross eyesore of a platform that was in our backyard when we bought our house into a beautiful, aesthetic oasis of a fire pit. This project was something that we knew we wanted to do for a while, but my husband just kind of started it one day, and it was a thing where once he started demoing all the old tile back there was no turning back. We had to keep going. I'm going to take you guys through that process right now. When I say Ace just decided to start doing this project, I really mean it. One day he went out for a haircut, and when he came home, his hair was cut and he had a sledgehammer. And then he just kind of decided, hey, I'm doing this. And he invited one of his buddies over, and they just started doing it. So that's what we're going to do today. The very first thing I'm showing you right now, this is actually footage from my empty house tour, which is also here on the channel. This is our backyard, probably less than a week after we bought our house, after we moved in. It looks a whole lot different than this now. A lot of that just garbage is gone. Those random flower pots are all gone. We have an actual fence now. You can see like this weird tile platform thing. It's broken, it's busted, and it's an eyesore. We have absolutely no idea what it could have possibly been for. One of my friends said maybe they had a hot tub, maybe they grilled on it, who knows? But it was there when we bought our house, and it was been our mission since we bought our house to get rid of it and put something pretty there. So yeah, here's some before action. So here's where it all began. One day Ace started to just demo the old tiles. So many of them were falling apart by the time we finally got to this project. It was really as easy as just picking them up. This is actually what you're looking at, is some clips from my Instagram story from when I shared it. That's one of our rescue puppies, Alpha. She was supervising, but she was not doing a good job because she refused to move. So fast forward to the weekend from when that happened. What you're looking at right now is footage of my husband and one of his friends basically demolishing this big platform in our backyard. He invited his friend over. His friend bought a pickaxe. We had a sledgehammer, and the two of them just went at it. This is uploaded with his permission, by the way. His friend gave me his permission to upload. And yeah, this is them just digging it up. This thing went so much deeper than we ever could have imagined, and the amount of crap in stuff that we found in the bottom of it is just, it's bizarre. I'll insert a lot of pictures of it, but as you can see, it went down pretty deep. And also, this is one of our back security cameras. I wasn't there filming. They were right in front of one of our cameras, so I'm using our security camera footage. Here's some photos of just some of the things that we dug up while they were excavating the pit. There was a lot of wire and tubes coming out of it, and that kind of led us to believe that maybe there was at one point electrical running to it. When we bought our house, we had outlets outside, but none of them worked. So we have no electricity to our backyard. All the lights and things that we have in our backyard are completely solar. Because of all the wires and stuff we found, we believe that maybe at one point they had power going to this thing. Like maybe there was, maybe they had lights out there, you know, who knows? And then there was like some really, really, really old weed barrier. So who knows how long it's been there. They dug up like a piece of an old carpet or something. Oh, it was gross. And then, you know, rotted out wood, and it was just, oh, it was gross. Fast forwarding to this very same weekend, and a lesson was learned to check the weather before you begin any outdoor project, because it rained. And the pit that we dug became a disgusting cesspit of rotting wood, old wires and tubes, and just everything else that was in there. So here's some footage of that. And we got a pool. And when you took the tarp off, you basically it just poured all the water.
I saw what it was like.
Yeah. So, honey.
All right, people, this is what happened.
How did we get here?
So, I don't know if Brianna had filmed what was there originally.
Yeah, I got a little.
It was a really gross, really old, really waterlogged, really just...
CESSPIT.
The tile itself was really gross. It was really old. When we pulled it up, it was nothing but rotted wood. And actually, there was water that got in there, and it was making like little mud pits underneath the already messed up tile that was there. So what I did, I was like, I'm gonna make a sunken fire pit, right? Then when I was at work, it started raining. So I came back to a cesspit, like Brianna said. Really gross, really nasty. So as you can see, let's take the tour. As you can see here, I started making seats.
Because we wanted it to be not just a sunken fire pit, but we wanted it to be like a sunken seating area too.
Okay, see, so that was really cool. There's the alpha. As you can see, it's really nice, soft, malleable mud.
It's very clay. There's a lot of clay.
No, and then we're not even there yet.
Oh, sorry.
So then I started digging and hit clay. I don't know if you guys know, clay sucks. It was really hard to shovel out. As you can see, I got to like right here, and then it started raining again.
And we had to hurry outside yesterday in the middle of dinner and cover it with the tarps here.
So me and Brianna decided yesterday evening if we should just fill the pit and then make an above ground fire pit.
Yeah. And then we'll still make this like a cool seating area type deal. We'll just use some gravel and stuff. And also just between everything that would be required to make a sunken seating area, it would just be quite a lot of labor. And also I just feel like we're just too inexperienced for that because it would be, we know our limitations with this. We thought we could handle it, but first of all, it's extremely labor intensive. The hardest part would be like actual quality of the work. Like we'd have to dig a trench for drainage so that this doesn't fill with water when it rains, and then because a lot of the sediment here is clay, we'd have to take extra precautions like to make sure it would last a long time and be sturdy. And me and him just kind of realized that this is,
man, I'm not that type of Latino. All right?
Shut up. We understand our limitations, and so we decided that it would still be really cool to fill this back in. Although we have used a lot of the dirt already to actually fill in some holes around the yard. But this isn't going to be nearly enough dirt to completely fill it in. So at some point we're probably going to have to get some fill dirt and get this completely flattened out. We still cannot understand.
Stop eating the dirt.
Whoever made this, no idea what they were doing.
So that's where we're at now.
Yeah, filling in the hole. Oh yeah, and there's also a bunch of these cinder blocks that we found in the pit too. I'm almost scared to dig deeper, so this is probably a better idea.
Before we find human remains.
I know, Jesus.
Look at that.
Okay, so at this point in time, it's been a couple weeks, maybe 10 days, and something that I do a lot for home projects when I'm looking for, it doesn't matter what I'm looking for, honestly. If I'm looking for a piece of furniture I want to add to the house, if I'm looking for anything. I am chronically on Facebook Marketplace. And something that I came across one random day when I was on Facebook Marketplace was someone giving away free fill dirt. So we looked out. I came across somebody on Facebook Marketplace who was giving away free fill dirt. I reached out to them and they were like, yeah, come on over, bring a shovel. You can use my other shovel and wheelbarrow. And that's what we did. I didn't get a lot of footage because this was somebody else's house and I was not going to film somebody else's house without their consent. But I am showing you what I can, with their house blurred as much as I can. We don't have a pickup, so this is our setup. Ace has a Cherokee, so we put the tarp at the back seat. We put the seats down and we are filling it up with as much dirt as we can before we come back to our house and use it to fill in our hole. So that's what you see here. So our first trip to get the free fill dirt from that person on Marketplace did not fill the hole entirely. We did have to end up going back and making a second trip a few days after that. But after the second trip, we were good to go and the hole was filled. So with the pit filled in, a few weeks have passed. And what we're doing right now is staining the wood barriers that we're going to use to define the edges of the fire pit. Ace actually designed the fire pit himself using that app I actually told you guys about in my, I think it was my accent wall video, Reform. He did a really great job, and in his vision for it, we decided that we were going to get some pressure treated ground contact wood beams from Home Depot, and we wanted to stain them kind of this reddish color. I'm sorry, I don't know what exactly it's called, but that's what we're doing right now. So we're staining them and sealing them because they're going to go outside and define the borders of the pit. We got three 10-foot 2x4s. No, are they 4x4s? For the three sides. So we got three 10-foot long 4x4s, and then we got two 8-foot also 4x4s. You're gonna see how these are gonna get arranged. We're going to end up cutting the smaller ones in half for like kind of the walkway and for the edges where the walkway is going to be coming into the fire pit. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now, and I will see you at the next step. Oh, you stopped just as I started. Do a little more. Nice. Alright, time to lay down the weed barrier. I got this weed barrier from Amazon. It came with quite a bit more than I was expecting, so which is good because we'll need it for another project that we are planning out in the yard. So yep, laying down the weed barrier, and then the next thing you will see is some footage of me basically catching Ace chopping away at the wood beams. You'll see. And also I will link the weed barrier below. So Ace loves doing things without me when I'm not filming. I'm trying to document this whole process, but every time I turn around, you're doing something. I was in there in my office editing a video, and I come out and he's sawing, cutting. What the hell? So I'm documenting it now on my Instagram story, so at least I can add it to the video later. We're gonna get some gravel in here. That's really gonna be the last step, and this is gonna be like a super cool fire pit area. I can't believe you were able to cut these beams in half. That's a little hand-sized, like handheld circular saw. I actually got that for another project that I'm working on around the house. We have a friend with an actual full-size circular saw, and we were gonna ask him, but Ace was like, you know what, let me just try to use your handheld one and see if it works. And it worked. I can't believe it actually did.
It is a little rough. You have to sand some stuff down, but it worked.
Yeah, all right. Got that on Amazon, by the way, for $45, in case anyone's wondering. I mean, if you're not a professional and not good at things like me, then it's a good tool. But if you're like a super duper professional, you might not like it. But I'll link it anyway. On X. I don't know why I was expecting so much more.
I think it's because of the...
So the very last ingredient of our fire pit has arrived. As you just saw, the gravel just got dropped off at our house, and I actually found the supplier again through perusing Facebook Marketplace. They gave us the best rate that I could find for all the gravel we needed. It actually ended up being more than enough, which was interesting because looking at it, it did not look like it was going to be nearly enough, but it was more than enough. And with the leftover gravel, we actually ended up filling in some areas in the landscaping in our front yard. We're using our same method as before to fill in the pit, shovel, and we have like this mini recycling bin thing that was just at our house when we bought it. We don't use it for recycling because we have a big bin, so we're using it as we're using it as a wheelbarrow basically. And here we have Zeus showing us what the pit looks like after we had all the gravel filled in and we placed our fire pit in. It was one we got from Lowe's. I will also link that below. Before we get to the final result, here is one last glimpse of the before picture so you don't forget. And 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Oh my god, it came out so much better than I expected. Those Adirondack chairs are from Home Depot. We actually got the unfinished ones, unfinished wood outdoor chairs, and then we refinished them with the same stain that we used on the wood beams around the pit. Again, the fire pit's from Lowe's, and then those poles that you see on the edge, they came in packs of 2 and we got them on Amazon. I will link those below. And then those lights that you see are solar powered. Those are also on Amazon. I'll try and get some photos and shots in here of it at night with it lit up because it looks so pretty and just so ambient. It's so nice. And yeah, I'll link everything below. So there it is. There's the final product. This project was kind of unintentionally started out of nowhere, but I'm glad for where it ended up. That weird platform thing of an eyesore is finally gone from our backyard, and we have like this really beautiful sitting area. It's really nice. I can't wait till it gets like still summer, but cooler. It's just too hot right now to sit outside around a fire. But yeah, I'm looking forward to when it's like a little bit cooler and we like have some friends over and we're sitting around the fire. It's going to be nice. So thank you very much for watching. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and hit the subscribe button. I post occasionally. I try to post at least once a month, but home improvement projects are just not something that gets done all the time. So this is where we're at. I do post though, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.